Well, good morning. This morning I'm going to start off with the first thing that comes to my mind, and that's the old Confucius proverb that says it's better to keep silent and thought stupid than to speak up and remove all doubt. And that really hits home with me this morning over one comment in particular that I'm just amazed by, to be honest with you. And I don't know, the comment came across as, are you renting your dealer's license? If so, that is illegal. And I guess what I really want to state during that comment is absolutely impossible, and I've said this in many videos. And so what you get is just a person that has browsed through a couple of videos and hasn't paid that much attention to most of them. But it's impossible to rent a dealer's license. I don't know where these people even come up with that term. A dealer's license is specific. It has an ID photo that's attached to it. It would be like renting your driver's license. So some of the people out there, and I will admit there's very few of them that actually use that term. I'd like for somebody to come back and really, at me in one of your comments, explain to me how you would rent your driver's license. Because in essence, that's what you people think you can do. You cannot rent a dealer's license. Now, dealers have the authority to appoint buyers for their company. It's just they become subcontractors, or they become employees, or they become associates, or whatever. And the dealers have complete authority of who they appoint as an associate with their company. That's just like being somewhere and someone asking you, do you hire or a specific nationality or a specific color? No, I mean, I don't understand where some of these people come up with these comments. So rest assured, you or nobody else will ever be able to rent a dealer's license. It's not done. It's not possible. Could you join a firm and pay a fee or whatever the terms that may be in that firm? That is at a dealer's discretion. I can go out and recruit as many buyers that I want to recruit under my dealer's license, as long as I accept responsibility for them. Once again, here's another video to someone that hasn't paid any attention and don't really know what they're talking about. It's absolutely impossible to rent a dealer's license. Now, I want to move on with another comment that I got yesterday, and it's been a very popular comment, and that is, how much capital do I need to be in the car business? And one yesterday that was asked of me, I've been a dealer, I am a dealer, I'm wondering how long what kind of money I should be making before I leave my job and go full-time as a dealer. And you know, I don't want to evade the question, because it is a logical question, but I don't know your lifestyle. How would I possibly know what your debt-to-income ratio is? I don't know whether you pay rent. I'm going to tell you, and I've told this story many times, and that's what I judge by. When I went into this business the last time, now the first time I was in the business, I was a car salesman many years ago. I had overhead. I worked, and at that time in 1978 For instance, I was earning, my first year in the car business, I earned over $100,000, and in the 70s, that was a lot of money. So I earned over $100,000. And I barely made ends meet making that kind of money in the 70s. And like I said, that was considered high income in the 70s. But I still barely made ends meet because new boats, new cars, and I didn't have a car payment. I mean, actually back then we had demos. And so I was furnished actually 2 demos by the dealers that I worked for, one for myself and one for my wife, because I was considered very good in the business, and so a lot of dealers catered to me in the way. So there were no car payments, but there were boat payments, there were parties, there were fancy homes, there were a lot, just like I see now, videos out there that people claim that they're getting rich in the car business. Look at my beautiful home. Look at my beautiful new car. Well, that's going to be limited. Those people are, unfortunately, when you have all those toys, they're going to be short term because sooner or later, even in the car business, you will go out and you will spend more than you make. Most people do. Now, a few months ago, I guess, I don't know how long it was, there was a video about me out there, how to go broke, listening to Randy Barber. Well, that's a foolish comment because the fact of the matter is, and I don't say this in bragging rights, it's I can't go broke. There's no such thing as going broke in my portfolio. Everything I own is an asset. That's because I live with assets, not liabilities. So whoever makes those comments about me don't know me at all. I have nothing personally. I had one of my best friends years ago, a roommate with me, was an attorney. And one of the most important things that I learned from him, you don't have to own things to be in control of them. Your name on them is really a liability, as it is for me. So when I first went into the car business, I did not owe anything. I did not owe a house payment because I didn't have a house. As a matter of fact, quite honestly, I didn't even have a permanent room over my head. So I had absolutely nothing to lose by going in the car business. I could have, as a matter of fact, when I took control of my first dealership, I said to the actual owner of the dealership, and it was a lady, and she asked me, she says, how are you going to fund the dealership if you don't sell cars? And I said, I won't have a problem funding it because I'm not going to live out of the dealership. And to this day, I still don't live a traditional life. I have to tell you, I'm a very simple person. I'm single. I have very simple needs. I don't drive brand new cars. I don't waste my money on those, that depreciation. I don't own a big fancy house or a house payment. I don't live like a traditional, some dealers choose to live, and some, they're within their rights to do whatever they want to, but for me, I live very, very simple. I sell, as most of you know on the videos, I price my cars at under $3,000, and to this day I drive cars under $3,000. I think the most insulting thing that a person can do is promote the used car business and the buy here, pay here business or whatever. I think that is insulting to promote that kind of business and how much money is in it, and they live like nobody else lives. I mean, they live in these oceanfront properties, homes, and they live with these new cars. It's absolutely stupid. It's stupid for anybody to go out and buy a new car. It's absolutely stupid, egotistical, whatever. Every person in under the sun knows that the purchase of a new car is the biggest loss that you're going to take, because the minute it hits the pavement in your name, it's a used car, and used cars devalue immediately. There's no such thing as a used car that doesn't devalue at least $7,000 or $8,000 when it hits the pavement as a used car, and any idiot knows that. So when you're out here talking about that your life has put you into a situation where you can flamboyantly go out and live to the max, I think that's absolutely asinine. But then again, that is another person's prerogative. I don't really care what people do with their money. I know what I do with my money, and that's reinvest my money. Could I go out and have a big fancy home? And quite honestly, yes, there's enough money in this business to do that, depending on how hard you want to work, because you can work. The harder you work, the bigger returns that you're going to get in any business. But for me, I just want to say that I started with nothing. I still live as though I have nothing. I'm very fortunate that I live without pressure. I don't have the pressure of a high mortgage. I don't have the pressure of a car payment. I don't have the pressure of any payments whatsoever. And so that's what you have to look at when you're going into a business. So the way to answer your question, I can't tell you how much money you should be making before you venture out into part-time, because that's something that you're going to have to sit down. You're going to have to look at your bills, your monthly obligations, and decide what you need for any individual to be able to help you with that question. If your overhead, I honestly, I have people here that have overheads of $5,000 a month. So it would be absolutely ridiculous for them to enter into business or stay in a business that didn't meet their overhead of that $5,000 a month. So that's that. Now, for me personally, again, and I have virtually no overhead. Even the place that I paid for or that I stay in, which is no luxury home, I have no overhead. The dealership, it's attached to a car lot here, and I live on premises, not in the actual building, but I live on premises, and that's the way I'm compensated for how I live. So virtually I have no overhead. I don't even have utilities. And so it's very easy for me to sit here and not sweat if we're not selling cars, because I got enough sense to know that we are going to sell some cars, and the bills are going to be paid because the overhead is built into the selling of cars. So that's the way that we do it, and I do it. So when I first got started, again, I had no overhead. I didn't even have, as I stated before, a roof over my head. So I wasn't risking anything. I had no way to go but up. So it's going to really boil down to what you're willing to risk. If you have a high mortgage, if you have car payments, and you have that, you're going to have to risk all those things to start not only the car business, any business. So jumping into business, it really depends on what type of risk you're willing to take. I wish I had a better answer for you, but I mean, that just seems logical to me. You and only you know how much money you need to make to survive the way that you want to survive. Now, to me, survival is being able to sleep good at night, being able to wake up fresh and not worry about how I'm going to pay the bills today, and that is my means of survival. And yours may be different. You're entitled to any way that you choose to live. So that's something you should decide. I'm going to get out and post some videos. I'm excited today. I probably have some videos up on some of the cars that I'm offering. I use my videos a lot of times on my channels to promote my vehicles. It's the way that I sell a lot of them. So you'll be seeing some of those in upcoming videos, and watch for them. That give you an idea of exactly the price range of cars that I'm selling, and some of the selling techniques that I use. Please like, share this. I'm sorry for the rambling on, but I don't really know how to, like I said, address a personal question like how much money do I need. So I hope you can figure that out for yourself, and good luck to you.